Fogg, I'm the one who made the bet, and I know we'll be exactly right on time. I'm not sorry. Sadly, this has nothing to do with Willy Fogg and his 80 days around the world. No, this is a 1991 game from Zeppelin that's called Phileas Fogg's Balloon Battles. You know how Phileas Fogg, who travelled the world in 80 days, is famous for having battles in balloons. So what's happened is while you're travelling the world, you have been co-opted into some kind of war where you're going to use the balloon that you're currently in to map out the landscape and bomb enemy cities. You know, just like in the book. Starting off on the spectrum, this is level 1. And we have a balloon and we're going to bomb the cities of the enemy and their musketeers. And here's the thing, you're in a balloon, right? So you can only travel in the way the wind is blowing. But wait! You're Phileas Fogg, and apparently you devised some kind of way that your balloon also has thrusters so it can go sideways from the direction you're being blown as well. Basically, imagine something like Tornado Low Level, where instead of being able to control the plane, you just get blown around and can only go in certain directions. You have a limited supply of bombs and sandbags and hydrogen for your balloon. It's a computer game where you can only semi-control what's going on. Day goes into night. Apparently your balloon flies worse at night or uses more hydrogen, so you should probably land. But that's dangerous because you'll probably get shot. Some of the shacks you see will have flags above them. If you land by them, you'll get replenished with fuel and sandbags and bombs to bomb the cities, which of course is something Phileas Fogg was famous for. Amstrad version. And off we go. And I've exploded because, you know, flying a hydrogen balloon over and I'm dead again. Yeah, hydrogen is highly flammable. And therefore is a great idea to fly a balloon over a battlefield. It's astonishing, really. Because you could simply adapt this game into, say, you're flying a helicopter or a plane over this. It's not isometric. It's a forced kind of 3D thing with 2D sprites on it. Well, it's not even that, I suppose. But it's kind of Desert Strikey. It could be like that, but it's not. Hey, we've bombed an enemy city, lots of people dead. Woo! From our balloon. $3.99 for this. The Commodore 64 version at least has a tune, whereas the Amstrad and Spectrum versions are pretty mute. So, slightly different on the C64. A, you get music during the gameplay, and B, you're not destroying cities, but you're destroying enemy shacks. And look, there's a friendly shack there. It's got a flag on it. Land in the square area, which is easier said than done, because remember, you have pretty much no control over your balloon, and you'll get replenished. C64 version, you can fly over mountains. We have 10 huts to destroy. On this version, it's hard to see which way the wind's blowing, because all 4 little blowing angel things are on the screen at once, and you can only see via their pursed lips which way the wind is blowing. It's quite astonishing. Oh, by the way, this is as far down as you can go on the map. Yeah, when you get to there, although there's landscape below you, you can't go any further. It's the same of this on each corner of edge of the map. I mean, so we're travelling quite fast now because we're using our thrusters. Thrusters on a balloon! And now I'm up to the top edge and I can't go any further, even though there's something shooting at me above me. There's a mechanic. There's something in here with some... Oh, dead. A nice tune. Decent graphics for a budget game. I'm back on the Spectrum. And nighttime again, and I mean, if Phileas Fogg is travelling the world in 80 days, we've already been through 10 days on the Spectrum version. This doesn't make any sense. Nobody's thought this through. Incidentally, why did no one do Willy Fogg game? Some alternative should have done a Willy Fogg game. In researching this, I say researching this, watching episodes of Willy Fogg, I found, in fact, there is a Willy Fogg 2 made in the 90s, which I don't think got shown in the UK, and it has the same theme tune, but with different lyrics. It's like some weird parallel universe Willy Fogg. Willy Fogg was a kid's cartoon that was Spanish and dubbed into English, but it was animated in Japan, I think. Big thing in the UK. Had a theme tune. I can sing it again. Fogg is my name and I could play with my life in many ways. That's what they say. It's more interesting than this. This is contemptible rubbish. Oh, yeah, you can drop sandbags as well, which help you fly. But I haven't worked out how... Every time I seem to drop the sandbags, it seems to be at random when I'm trying to drop the bombs. And I can't work out what the difference is, and the instructions certainly don't seem to be telling me. I think Commodore format gave this C64 version something in the region of 40%, which... Yeah, I can see that. Look, and the other thing about the C64 version is you have to be dead on when you drop your bombs on the shacks. You can't be a little bit off. There's no collateral damage. See, look, I'm just there again. Oh, I got it that time. You have to be absolutely dead on. You can't be slightly off. You can't hit the edge. That will not make any difference. I don't understand what was going through anybody's heads with this game. Did this go to Zeppelin, submitted by someone, and they went, yeah, you need to find some kind of concept to hook around this game? Why not Phileas Fogg? At the time, and indeed apparently they still exist, Phileas Fogg was best known not only for the cartoon series, but for a range of crisps. And apparently still going. And reading the Wikipedia article for this, which is more interesting than this terrible, terrible game. Apparently a KP of KP Crisps and Hula Hoops now own Phileas Fogg. It's still sold, but it's apparently owned by KP Snacks and consists of a much revised product range. Look, I'm stuck at the bottom of the map again. Zeppelin. I mean, Zeppelin is the kind of software house you go to when, well, everyone else has turned you down. And it's just, yeah, let's try and land in the square and get replenished. Which is easier said than done because of, the wind. Oh, I can edge over with my thrusters that, of course, you get on a balloon. With balloon flying with this crap, people wouldn't go on these trips, would they? You can watch the little shadow beneath you just where to drop your bomb. I'm dying a lot. I'm cheating on all these versions. Actually, no, I'm not cheating on the Spectrum version. Look, you see, we tried to bomb a shack and it didn't work. Tried again, didn't work again. Let's go again. No, it didn't work. Because apparently, just absolute tat. Do birds can cause you damage? They probably do. There's other balloons around on the C64 version as well. I mean, the C64 version is the pick of the crop. But, yeah. Back to the Spectrum version. Joy. As we scroll around in silence with 48k beeping, even though this is a 1991 game. So I'm stuck here. What I want to do is go back and blow up that town there. But I can't because I'm stuck in the air. So we have to go this way. How could you improve this game? Like I said earlier, add change it to a helicopter or something. Make it a world war. I don't know. Oh. They've got a mechanic here. It's not. The implementation isn't terrible. At least on the Spectrum as well, if you hit somewhere near the target, it actually blows up. Bit of music. Change the mode of delivery of the weapons. This could be a decent budget game. Return to base for fuel, but what on earth possessed anybody to think the mechanics of balloon flying was suited to a game like this? On the Amstrad. Miracle of miracles, I missed that hill, mountain, pile of dog poo. Who knows what it is? Over the trees, let's try and... Oh, no, I've blown up. He must have shot me. Game over. It's game over in so many different ways. I've cheated to end level 1 on the C64. Got some bonuses, although there were 5 huts left. I gave up after 15 minutes and just pressed the button to cheat. So level 2, you get a grey backdrop, or grey landscape. The real tragedy is, as I say, there's something here. There is something here, but it ain't balloon battles. Diagonally up here, let's try and hit this hut. Oh no, I don't need that. That's a friendly hut. So let's go up here instead. The wind's changed direction now. I'm trying to line myself up. No, I can't go any further. Oh. No, 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 no. Oh. So I'm going down here now. Trying to find a hut. The controls are so terrible. Even though in theory you can travel in a couple of directions at... you've got a choice of a couple of directions depending on which way the wind's blowing. The mechanic of it is so annoying. Everything ends up having to be done diagonally. You know, in 180, when you're playing darts and that, you can only move diagonally to make it a little bit harder. It's a little bit like that. You just end up skirting around things until you can line stuff up. The good thing is there's no time limit. There's a good thing about this game. Level 3 C64. Didn't get off level 1 on the Spectrum or Amstrad. Don't care. This game's had far too much. Oh, I got a shack. I got a shack. It's cause for celebration because it takes forever. It's either luck or just kind of hanging around for long enough. Actually, I mean, it's completely luck, isn't it, really? Basically. Phileas Fogg's balloon battles. More like Phileas Fogg's balloon failures. Well, Spectrum and Amstrad are slightly different to the C64 version. It's a bizarre concept. Actually in an engine on all 3 versions that would work fine for something else. The trouble is the whole idea being blown around by the wind. The Spectrum version, it's 1991, there's no 128K audio which would help drive it along a little bit if it wasn't for the terrible controls. Amstrad version, again, no audio. Just seems a bit can't be bothered. The whole night-day thing seems to be completely pointless. You lose a little bit more hydrogen. That's it. Again, people must have been playing this, thinking this could be improved, just change it around a bit, add some helicopters or something. On C64, it's better implemented. However, it still suffers from the same terrible control system. It's like flying a balloon almost by random numbers. You just get blown around, you end up circling around targets, and on the 64, not being able to hit them unless you hit them dead on. there is a core of a good game here, but some terrible decisions have been made along the way. And in many ways, that makes it worse than, say, a game that has absolutely terrible graphics and bad collision detection and so on. Because this doesn't, and on the 64 it has decent soundtrack, decent graphics, and could be quite a good little budget game. You may find yourself sinking a little bit of time into at least the C64 version, but ultimately after 20 minutes what you find is you can't control the balloon and you're just getting incredibly annoyed. Go eat some crisps or watch Willy Fogg instead.